you ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
Good evening, everyone. This is Michael C. Voice, broadcasting live from Hollywood, California. It's Last Night's Show with Miz Meliz. Tonight's guests are Ross Brand from Livestream Universe and social media strategist Madalyn Sklar. And now, here's the amazing Cindy Harrison and Melissa Reyes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Last Night's Show with Miz Meliz. I'm Melissa Reyes. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so excited because I have with me tonight, like Michael said, and he's my surprise guest, Michael Campbell. Everybody's in the house. And I've got Ross Brand and Madalyn Sklar and Cindy Harrison. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
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 Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
So the time is here. Tonight we're doing a theme. It's music. It's a little rock and roll. What else is it? A little country?
I'm a little bit country and you're a little bit rock and roll.
That's it. That's it. And also the theme for this week has been all week long, challenge. Challenge. So it's challenge in a good way, though. It's doing more than what is expected and being the best you can be. So that kind of challenging yourself to be awesome and to be the best. And what better way to than to give examples of that with these awesome guests that I have. So like Michael said, I'm going to go with Madalyn first. Madalyn. She is a social media strategist. She has the chat Twitter Smarter, and I met her over what was it the other day? Facebook said we've been friends for 2 years, I think.
I think so, yeah.
But lately we've gotten to know each other because of Video Reply Day. Anyway, Madalyn, welcome to Last Night's Show. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be a part of this. And Michael, your voice, oh my God, I love it. I can listen to that all day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mel.
Now, how'd you
I'm excited to be here. But
Oh.
thank you for inviting me, Melissa. This is cool.
Oh, well, thank you.
I know. I'm glad it finally worked out. So thank you. I didn't realize, I think I got the time wrong initially. And, I'm in Central. I'm in Texas. So it's a little late over here. But, it's Saturday night. It's a party.
It's a party. It's your birthday. It's not actually your birthday, but it's definitely birthday.
No.
Whose birthdays is it, Cindy?
Bruce Springsteen.
Oh.
Oh.
It's the boss's birthday. That's awesome.
Cool.
I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and then we'll go to Ross. So, Madalyn.
Okay. And hi, Ross.
Hi, Madalyn.
This is our first time to actually meet.
Yeah.
Like we know each other online, of course, but like we're meeting. Hi, Ross.
Hi, Madalyn. This is great.
This is important. So, I assume that everybody knows each other, but you're just saying you haven't really met face to face.
Not like on any chats or any official things yet. So, Melissa, you are the connector tonight. Thank you.
Oh, I love it. I'm the connector. That makes me so happy. And this is the first day that I've met Michael face to face, and Cindy is meeting Michael for the first time face to face.
Cool.
Via online, and you and Ross. And so, like you said, it's a party. It's a time to get to know each other, and here we are. And all of you watching, I just want to take this moment to thank you so much for being here. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for coming to Bubbler Media and to seeing our show. And please share it out and tell your friends. It's so it's a great way to get introduced and to get to know more people. And that's what social media. That's a social and social media, right?
That's right.
Definitely.
So like I said, I met, or I've gotten to know Madalyn a little bit better from Video Reply Day. Tell us a little bit about that, please, Madalyn, because I don't think everybody else here knows what that is.
Sure. And that's how we really got to know each other, Video Reply Day. So it's a hashtag I started. I love to do hashtag things. And I've been on a mission, this whole Twitter mission for years, teaching people how to use Twitter better, become Twitter smarter. But what I'm noticing, Melissa, is that people are not really embracing video on Twitter. And I'm so surprised by this. So I thought I would start an initiative, and I came up with the hashtag Video Reply Day. And my plan was to just try to get people to use video once a week. I thought if I could just encourage people to just once a week spend a little time, maybe they'll make it a regular thing. I had no idea it would turn into like this huge community that you're part of. That's been so much fun. But yeah, it's just, hey, when you're hitting a reply to a tweet, make a little video and like talk to the person, and you'll be amazed at the engagement and results you get. So it's been really fun watching all the videos, getting to know people better. I've gotten to know you really well through this because we all make little videos of our day.
Absolutely. It's kind of like the answer to Snapchat or Instagram video on Twitter, because that capability has always been there, or has been there for some time, and it's very underutilized. So, but we have such a big community, and we forget that all those numbers and all those profiles are people. There's people behind it, and when we have that visual, it's amazing how much more humanized it's become. And I've thanks to you, I've just gotten to know these really remarkable people. You have some really remarkable friends all over the world. Very, very nice people, and they all do the kinds of things that we like. So it's neat.
It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to, video, whether it's live streaming like this or just making a video on your phone, doing Snapchat, doing Instagram stories, however it is that we do it, it's a great way to let people into your world and let them get to know you better. Like when I'm doing my videos, I'm walking my dog Max in the morning. I just find for me it's easiest to do it while I'm walking him. It's my least busiest time of the day. So it's like, okay, I'm going to multitask, and while I'm walking him, I'm going to make little videos and let people into my life. I used to do it on Snapchat all the time, but now I'm doing it utilizing Twitter, and I do this so that people can see how I'm doing it and see how easy it really is.
Since I don't have a dog to walk, I take cat naps with my cat. So now people are getting to know my cats because I'm there with my cat going.
That's cool.
It's kind of fun. But, and I think that it's important because people are starting to see, obviously got like a pound of makeup on, and I don't always do that for my videos when they're in the moment with this group on Twitter, or even on Snapchat, we've got filters, but on Twitter, there's no filters. It's the real how we are in the moment, and all the followers could see it. Obviously, pretty much just you think just the people who are in the group are going to see it. But the truth of the matter is, since I've learned from you, Madalyn, how to look at those analytics, I'm getting way more impressions there than anywhere else. So more people are seeing the real me than anything. How is that working for you?
It's amazing, and even backing up to when I decided to become a real power user on Twitter, I went from just really small engagement to looking at my analytics and seeing it explode. And now with video, you can actually get those analytics through Twitter when you're on the browser at twitter.com. In the pull down menu, when you go to your analytics, there's actually a place in there to see how your videos, how are they doing for you. And since starting Video Reply Day, Melissa, it has been incredible watching those numbers explode, meaning that people are taking the time to watch my videos and they're coming into my world and getting to know me better. And when it comes to sales, no matter what business you're in, no matter what industry, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And you can do that so easily on social media, right? Well, when you're doing videos, people get to see the real deal. They get to see who you are. They get to know you. They very quickly can see that you're likable, and they're going to be more interested in doing things with you. And if you're selling something, they may be more inclined to buy from you or recommend you to other people.
Well, that I may not be selling something, but we're all selling something because we
Absolutely.
want people to see what we're doing or come to our show or come to read our book or whatever it is. So
Right.
it's all kind of networking 101, but in digital media land. So that takes me to Ross. Ross, you're doing a lot of video on Facebook now these days with your live stream. Tell us about that.
Sure. Well, I have a couple of new shows that I'm doing. One is Livestream Deals, which is it's all about selling, right? My shows have always been kind of more about sharing what people who are live streaming are doing in terms of their content and how it relates to building their brand or building community or maybe to their business. But I thought, well, it might be more fun to actually promote people than in a way that helped them make sales. So what I'm doing with Livestream Deals is having like 4 products, and the CEO or the creator or somebody representing that company comes on, and we just really get into what are the features and benefits of that product and how live streamers or podcasters or social media people in that genre could make use of it. And so that's starting out now. We're doing that once a month. So that's the first Thursday of every month. And then I'm also hosting a brand new show with Rachel Moore called Best of Be Live. And what we do is Rachel and I each watch a bunch of shows, a lot of shows that are on Be Live. And each week we pick out a nominee for Best of Be Live. And then we talk about why we think that show's the best of Be Live, how other people can learn. We can all learn from that show and maybe improve our own shows. And then we encourage people to vote, which is their pick between the two, have the hosts on a little bit to give their thoughts. And it was just a lot of fun. We've only done one so far, but, it's going to be every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
That's pretty awesome. Now, 8 p.m. Eastern. How long is the show?
It's an hour. That show's both shows are an hour.
That's perfect. So when you end that show, you can send everybody over to Inspiring Adventures, which is Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Specific time.
There you go.
Say, I love that time slot.
Keep it going.
Just keep it going. So I love that. I love that. We just dovetail into that. So, but I think that's really neat because it brings the community together. You're all about that. You're all about sharing the space with everybody else. You you talk on Livestream Universe about other people's shows. You give what everybody else is doing. You bring people on. So, you have a human resources background, don't you?
Right, I do.
Tell us about that. I think that's so neat.
Yeah, so it's all just another way of connecting with people and highlighting what people are doing in business or in the community or whatever. But it's nice and people appreciate promoting their shows, but to actually promote their businesses, their courses, their books, things that they've put their heart and soul into creating, right? Mm-hmm. That's next level, for me. And, to be totally honest, I'm doing affiliates with most of the people that come on the show, so perhaps we sell a few and, I make a couple dollars off of it too, but that isn't the prime thing. I'm not necessarily expecting that the show is going to convert right there to sales. It may be more awareness and them building the brand, and then down the line somebody, buys when they're ready or whatever. But for me as a host, like you talked about challenge, and I've been doing Livestream Stars for almost 2 years now, and I've got another season coming up in October, and I love doing it. But I feel like part of live streaming, because it's such a new genre, is you've got to challenge yourself to do different things. So hosting a show with 4 segments and 4 different guests and product giveaways and all these kind of things is a way that I'm sort of challenging myself to do something beyond what I've done before with live streaming. And same thing with the Be Live show. It's a much more it's a show that takes a lot more prep than my interview shows, where I tend to already know pretty well a lot about the people who I have on because they're all live streamers. And
right.
So here I'm trying to discover shows that we may not know, right? Because there's so many people all around the world using the Be Live platform that nobody can possibly stay on top of everything, right? So it's fun to research and discover what makes these different shows work. So I feel like for me, it's like a whole different, it's live streaming, but it's different, right? And I think I feel like really rejuvenated by doing these different shows.
Do you use Be Live for all your shows now, or why did you choose Be Live for that show?
I chose Be Live because I don't think there's a better platform for engagement with a live audience, because you can put comments right up on the screen. You can put lower thirds that you customize where you can put text, call to action. You can promote the guest, all that stuff you can do. And it's just very easy to get the guest on in like a couple minutes. Now with the talk show platform, you can bring people in, have them come on for a few minutes, bring a different guest on. You can share your screen. You can do, I mean, like a lot of what you can do with Wirecast and OBS and things like that. You get those basic things that you try and do, right? It's obviously not as sophisticated software, but then you don't have to go an hour before setting up shots and, creating your graphics and all that stuff. And obviously, as anybody knows, bringing guests on through Skype or Zoom or whatever, all that takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of effort. And it's worth it for people who can do it really well. But I just don't have the time. And I feel like as you get guests on, a lot of guests don't have the time to figure out how am I going to get on this platform and all. So you just give people a link and they can come on, and it's easy to throw a link out there and bring people in from the chat and all that. So I think for me, it's a great platform. I use other tools too, but for my interview shows and all the shows that I've talked about are based around interviews. For me, it's the best option.
So, Madalyn, going back to you, you have a live stream show for your new podcast and also for Twitter Smarter. Am I right? What are you using?
So I'm using Be Live as well, and I agree with everything Ross says. Be Live is so easy to use, and for your guests, you give them a link. It doesn't get any easier than that. I host 2 live streams a week, and they're for both of my Twitter chats. So on Tuesdays, as soon as social ROI chat is over, then we go right into Managed Flitter's Facebook, and I host a very brief 10 to 15 minute after chat with the guest. And then I do the same thing on Thursdays after Twitter Smarter. We hop over to my personal Facebook and I host. It's a little bit longer, usually 20 to 30 minutes with the guests. And I have found this to be a great way to go from one platform, which is Twitter, which is, Twitter chat's a lot like texting, right? You've been on the chat, it's like we're all texting with each other. Then we move it over to a live stream platform, and now everybody can see us, and it's so much fun. So we can take questions live, but then also the replay is extremely awesome as well. So I have found it was an experiment. I started in March, and it's proven to be very successful. People love it. People are starting to copy me now. It's just like, okay, I must be doing something good because other people are doing it after their chats too.
That's great. That's great. I'm working on an idea for Bubbler Chat, where it's going to be live stream and Twitter at the same time. And so I know
that's hard. I've done it.
Yeah,
it's
Jonathan Tripp does that too, and I think Vicky Fitch does something like that. So but I've been cooking it for a while. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do things like this. Yeah. I'm all about experimenting and trying things, see what works. You may find that it's like the best thing you ever did is combining that into, an hour of awesomeness.
An hour of awesomeness. Well, I love that. An hour. That might be a good name for
I just made that up.
That might be a good name for
I did.
Show.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Go
you
for it, man.
Here,
I love
everybody.
it.
Madalyn Sklar's Hour of Awesomeness. Starring Melissa. No, just kidding.
Take it over your show.
Take it over. Take it. No, I want you to do that. I think it'd be awesome. Call it that because that'd be a great name for it.
So anyway, I do have my surprise guest tonight is Michael Campbell. Don't wake up over there. Michael, wake up. Wake up. You awake?
Yes, of course. How could I not be with these wonderful guests and you?
We talked about it being late. He's actually on the Jersey Shore, and
speaking of Bruce Springsteen, only a few miles from Asbury Park Convention Hall, the Stone Pony.
That's right.
Nice.
I'm glad you said that. Who else's birthday is it? Cindy. But Cindy's in New Hampshire, so it's almost midnight for her too. With
John Coltrane.
Not Bobby Coltrane, but John or whatever. What's Coltrane?
Coltrane. I don't know.
Okay,
and
jazz artist?
Ray Charles.
Jazz artist. That's right. We're looking at musical birthdays. So, and who else?
Jason Alexander.
Somehow related to music.
He won Tony.
Yeah,
he won Tony Awards for Broadway and musicals. So he's musical, and he played the flute and percussions in high school band.
Who did it? Okay,
I can't picture him on a flute.
I know.
Costanza on a flute.
I cannot picture him with a flute at all.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, that's all I got for you.
Ray Charles, you said Ray Charles was born on this day.
Bruce Springsteen and Ray Charles.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So Michael, do you have any background in music?
No, not really.
You played flute in high school.
I played the violin in high school a little bit.
Violin. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about what you're doing with your voice over this.
Well,
awesomeness.
My voice at Michael C. Voice. Michael C. Voice is on Twitter. My passion, the thing that takes me beyond my 9 to 5, which I also love working in the field of human services and helping people, and especially people that are disadvantaged and handicapped, elderly, and helping them get the care they need and everything. But past that, I've always wanted to be able to go off on my own business, to be able to be myself, and to be able to use my voice for something other than an annoyance to people that are trying to talk or work or be on the phone or anything, and for people to say, shh, would you please calm down? Michael, use your inside voice, please. Use your inside voice. So being able to reach out to people has been a dream to me. So through meeting everybody online, the final inspiration that I needed to finally bring this all together, which I'm bringing together now, finally after so much time, is just the live streaming community. It started for me on Periscope. That's when I first started noticing it. And when I started following a lot of people on Periscope, and then I decided to go Periscope myself, and then just following so many people, and then onto Facebook. And then to me, Facebook was part of my real life and people I met in my life and different things, people I work with, family, other people I've met from the past, high school and everything. Periscope and Twitter was my secret, wonderful escape world. And coming to Facebook here has been a big thing for me. And it started with the Never Settle show with Mario Armstrong early in the year, because I was not comfortable doing this on Facebook first, because I figured the number one people that would troll me are the people that are family and friends, and I didn't know how it was.
Family friends watching right now, put a 1 in the comments family right now.
But
see how many add up.
It's a big thing, because you have your own persona, your escape world, because now you're going to who you've always wanted to be there, and you're meeting like-minded people when you go online. And it's not just the people you work with, where there might be some like-minded people, some people of different sorts there, and everybody kind of just blends. But now you have the choice to choose any world you want, any community, any subject, anything that interests you, the people that think alike, personal development, interest, fun. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you that makes your life awesome. People with that mindset. And it just creates so much fun. I found myself less and less looking at the TV. and more time. There's so many different shows and people here. I'm looking at this phone like 24/7, and I even have it at work, peeking at it there in between doing different things. Of course, I'm here saying that, but on breaks, you know.
I don't ever do that.
Oh, yes. I mean, you certainly can't do it on the work computer anymore because they're savvy to that, and they just this big flashing screen comes up saying block, block, block. You are blocked. You are warning. You are viewing illegal. So now it's just, to me, it's just amazing.
That's all right. It X's out. Yeah. I work at a school, so everybody's blocked at school, so I totally get that. But what you're describing so passionately is our dream. We all have that dream. We all have that in common. And it's so wonderful to have a place. There's a place for us. Oh, it's so exciting. And so this is how I met Cindy. Right, Cindy? We have a friendship, a relationship, a business relationship, and her art classes, and so much has happened because of meeting online on Blab and on Meerkat and live and streaming on Facebook, and all of you. That's why we're all here, and it's so exciting to see where it's all going to happen. Ross and I were talking about how much has changed since we did an episode with Cindy on Blab. We did an episode of 10 Minutes in Tinseltown where we played Hollywood Squares with
Chris Cubby.
And that was a year ago, and so much has changed since. It was over a year ago, actually. So much has changed since then. We've learned so much, and we're doing so much more now, and it's so neat. So,
I think the people who stuck with it have gotten better because they've had to, right? Because Blab kind of made it easy. You just go on there, and eventually people from other shows just start showing up who are there. But now you got to bring your audience with you to whatever platform you're on or whatever you're doing. And so I think people have had to think more about like the content that they're creating, and the people who've stuck with live streaming are doing more interesting content and more varied content, and I think it's made people better at being live streamers and being broadcasters and content creators.
Absolutely. I think we're growing, we're doing more, we're projecting, and thinking more about how can we even improve and incorporate more technology and more apps and more places and go more with it. I don't know. It's exciting. It's still exciting to me. I think that's the bottom line is we're still here. We're still doing it. So it must be good, right? We haven't gotten bored of it yet. So I have a game. We have to play our game. Okay. So this is my last surprise is I have a little trivia. Since Michael is our surprise guest, I'm going to surprise him by asking him the questions. And Ross and Madalyn, you also answer the questions. These are multiple choice. And Cindy, nobody else knows about these questions but my husband Lido and myself. So he gave me these questions. So these are about rock and roll. So these are the rock and roll madness on Miz Meliz, on Last Night's Show with Miz Meliz. Okay, so Michael, a Cleveland DJ by the name of Alan Freed coined the term rock and roll. What year did this happen? Was it 1945, 1948, 1951, or 1953? It's all very short time period. 1945, 48, 51, or 53. Do you know the answer? If you do, you get the ringer, the bell. I'll ring the bell if you're right.
Can I guess?
Don't you know?
No.
Guess.
50.
Was it in the 40s or the 50s?
50s.
Was it 51 or 53?
53.
No.
Ah!
1951, the term rock and roll was coined by Alan Freed. So that was exciting, right? Okay, do you want another exciting question?
I'm thinking of the movie Back to the Future and Marty McFly going back.
That's how we know our history, right? From the
Exactly. Barry, you know that new sound you're looking for?
That's how rock and roll was invented, right?
But there's a movie about Alan Freed, though, I thought.
Yeah.
Was 1951 makes sense to me. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's like okay. Well, anyway, all right. So here's one for you, Madalyn. What music artist or group has the most Billboard #1 singles? Was it Elvis, the Beatles, Mariah Carey, or Michael Jackson?
Oh, I don't know. That's a hard one. It could be any of them. I'm going to say Michael Jackson.
I wish it was Michael Jackson, but
You would think it would be. It's not. Is it the Beatles?
it's
The Beatles?
the Beatles.
Okay.
The Beatles still have
I was close.
the most number one singles. That was very good, very, very good. Okay, so how about I'll ask Ross this one. Okay, still on the Beatles theme. The Beatles have the most covered song of all time. Okay, it was Yesterday. Yesterday. How many covers have been recorded?
How many covers have been recorded? Is this a multiple choice, or I have?
I give you multiple choice. You might not believe this, but was it 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, or 6,000?
Wow.
I know, crazy. One of those answers is the correct answer. So in the thousands.
All right, I'm going to say
there's that many
5,000.
covers.
Always guess C if you don't know.
I know, huh? Always guess C, right? That's how I got through the SAT. No, I'm just kidding. No. But I'll give you the answer. It's 3,000 still. 3,000.
That's still ridiculous.
Is how many times Yesterday has been covered. So to be so lucky, right? To have, I mean, that's
Is that just recordings, or is that like count garage band?
That's how many bands? Yeah, no, right, garage. No, but let's sing it now.
When I sang it in the shower.
No, okay, no, that's okay. So, but speaking of singing music, now I just wanted to talk about musical backgrounds a little bit because Madalyn, in your background, you have some music background, right? With your how you got first involved in live streaming, or not live streaming, social media. Tell me about
Back in 1996, when the internet was fairly new, I started an online community. Basically,
people take some notes.
Yeah,
1996.
a lot of people don't know this about me. So I basically started a social network before we knew what one was. So I started this little online community to promote, support, and empower women in music. I grew up playing guitar, not professionally. It was just a hobby, but I always knew that I would somehow do something in the music business. So when the internet was new, I saw this as an opportunity to bring people together across the world. And over the years, it just kept growing and growing, and it became the oldest and largest online community for women in music. So yeah, all those garage bands that had at least one female in the group, I was trying to bring them all together collectively through the internet. It was very cool.
Well, that is amazing, and I want to make sure that we talked about that because it's it's not something to laugh at, but that's trivia, and it's important. It's an important history, and I appreciate that about you, and I love that I knew that. So
you are just awesome.
I think that's awesome that you did that, and that's there. And what was the name of the group? The
organization was called Go Girls Music.
Go
Girls Music, because we're always going. Yeah, we're going. And we actually just shut the doors down after 21 years. I just, it was something I always juggled with other things. But I made this big pivot a few years ago to go from being highly known in the music business with online marketing, digital marketing, and especially social media marketing, but wanted to go get known with all the big social media people like the Kim Garst, the Maury Smiths, and the Mark Schaefer's. I've been watching them for years. I'm like, I know all the stuff they know. So I just made this pivot, and I've done really well with it. Knock on wood. I mean, I've been speaking at all the top conferences around the country and, showing off like how to best use social media, especially Twitter.
And so you really have made your mark in Twitter. And now, where are you speaking next?
Well, I just got back from speaking at this really awesome conference last week in Portland, Maine called Agents of Change, and it was a really cool conference. Right now, the only one I have will be next February at Social Media Marketing World in San Diego. Yay. So I'm hoping to see you. You're going, right?
I'm hoping to.
You're hoping to go,
close. Yeah. I'm hoping to at least connect with some people while you're here.
It's a great conference. Ross, have you been to this?
I haven't. I'm hoping to go this year too.
They do a
I've
lot
heard
of
great
live
things about
streaming.
it.
Yeah, they're real big with the whole live streaming, and they have like a whole bunch of instructors and people teaching that. So yeah, they really take that as like it's not just Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, they really embrace the whole live streaming. I love that.
Yeah, this year they have a whole creator ticket, actually. So you could focus on live streaming, podcasting, blogging, things like that if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a new thing they're doing. So the ticket is a lot less. The only problem is if people buy that ticket, they can't see me because I'm doing Twitter, and that's not part of that ticket.
Okay, so then that's out. Yeah. I'll have to buy the whole ticket then if I can go.
Now,
we can hang out. They
Right.
just I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how they're doing that, but I think it's just the different areas at the convention center.
Right.
And drop your link in, Madalyn. So if anybody does want to get a ticket, you can use Madalyn's link so that you can
I have a special one.
Yeah, she's got a special link, and it's really neat because the way they do it, if you get kickback for that's how they get paid, the speakers, by using their links. So you want to make sure you get go with who you know, and we know Madalyn.
Can I share? Can I just read out the link? It's just a Bitly link. So if you go to, and I'll post it in the comments as well. But it's Bitly bit.ly/SMMW, which stands for Social Media Marketing World. So SMMW18 and my name, Madalyn. So it's all one thing. SMMW18 Madalyn. So yeah, thanks for letting me mention that.
Of course, I got your back. Go, girl.
Appreciate it. You go, girl.
Yeah. All right, so one more question of rock and roll madness here, since you're, and then we're going to say goodnight because I know it's really late for everybody here. But this one's for you, Cindy. Ready? Okay. An odd record was set in the year 2013. Okay, and it's not that. It was the year I wrote my book. All right. The longest wait for a singles official music video, which took more than 48 years. What song or video was it? It was the longest wait for a singles official music video to come out. It took 48 years, and in 2013, it came out. What was it? Was it Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone, the Rolling Stones' I Can't Get No Satisfaction, the Beach Boys' Help Me Rhonda, or Tom Jones' It's Not Unusual? It's not unusual to be loved.
Oh, dear.
Which one was it? Finally came out in 2013. Can you believe that?
Let's say Bob
48
Dylan.
years. Bob Dylan? Bob Dylan, is that what you said, Cindy? You rock and roll, girlfriend. I knew you'd
And
get
Ross,
that one.
that's the first question I got right in a year.
No. You rocked the UK edition. Remember, you only got lemon curd 3 times.
There you go.
That's a story for another time. You guys have to check out our last night show last 2 weeks ago. Anyway, thank you everybody so much. Thank you so much for being here. Michael Campbell, the new voice of Last Night's Show with Miz Meliz. Woo! Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
It's an honor.
so psyched about that. And thank you, Ross Brand, for being here. We're so happy to see you.
Thanks for having me, and great to see Michael and Cindy, and great to connect with Madalyn. Great to see everybody.
And Madalyn, my friend from Video Reply Day, thank you. You're such a dear for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been so much fun. It was great to meet Cindy and Michael and Ross. So this has been wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Cindy, and thank you, Lido.
Bye,
Good night,
Madalyn.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Let me know.
Lido and I are in front of the Magic Castle in Hollywood, California. It's gonna be a fun night. We're both in here. Hi!